Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. Trying something a little bit different today. Been doing probably way too much research, expanding my horizons a little bit. We're attempting to stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see, my Aspirite should be running. There it is. No, it's doing the thing again. But, so the issue I have so far is that I know I have both chats available to me, but as it stands right now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see both of them at the same time. So we're still working out some of the kinks here and there. But that's okay. I'll try to periodically check over and see if anybody's said hello on the YouTubes. But as I said, hopefully everybody's doing alright this morning. We're going to get started again with some shapes practice here in just a moment. As you can see, I need all the help I can get. Need all the improvement that I can stand. Let's see here. I have updated our to-do list. Which also reminds me, I need to move this guy up to here. Start off with shapes practice. But, yeah, so there's a lot of different techniques for pixel art that I have yet to develop. A lot of different skills that I need to flex my artistic muscles on. I am not a professional artist by any stretch, so this is a lot of trial and error, a lot of seeing what works, reproducing stuff that I like, and you know, trying to learn something in the process. I really do believe in the power of just reproducing something someone else has done for the sake of practice. I know I got my start back in elementary school just by tracing Pokemon images. I got the Nintendo Power Pokemon guide when the first 2 games came out. And I spent a lot of my time just tracing those images. Learned a lot. What I didn't learn at the time was that that was actually a pretty effective way to learn some drawing techniques. Ultimately, should have kept up with that practice, I think. But I'm not going to be doing tracing, per se, because it's a little harder to do with pixel art. I say that. I can think of a way to do it. But we're not going to do that today. What I am going to do is look at some Game Boy art. And well, for the second part of the stream. Because one of the things that I'm realizing is that one of the reasons why we've moved away from pixel art graphics is that, it was a technological limitation of the time, and as soon as games were able to accommodate a greater variety of art styles. Morning, Breast Geologist. As soon as art was able to accommodate a larger variety of art styles, the artists who had been working in the limited, pixel art style, some of them, I'm sure, still loved it and kept innovating on it, but, they had been doing it for, a decade or more at that point, probably, a lot of them. So they wanted to try out new things. So it's kind of a progression, but I think the pixel art as an art form has continued to develop quite a bit. It's grown out of its origins as a, basically a method for dealing with the limitations of the hardware into a thing that people legitimately enjoy. And some of that is, we've grown up with it and it's nostalgia, but some of that is, it's genuinely aesthetically appealing. Let's see here. What's a good... Well, we'll come back to the pixel art thing, or the Game Boy thing. Also, Breast Geologist, I don't know if you were here at the beginning, at the start, but I want to let you know we are attempting to stream over on YouTube as well today. So I'm going to be flip-flopping around, trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody who comes in. If anybody is watching from YouTube, welcome. We're also streaming over on Twitch. Yeah, I've got a chat that shows me both. Hey, Goddess of Doom, welcome. I've got a chat that shows me both, but it's not implemented into my streaming software just yet, so it's a process. Well, Goddess of Doom, we've got some things on our to-do list. We're gonna do some more shapes practice. A circle and maybe an actual diamond shape today. And there's some gem stuff that I'd like to try. But, as I was saying a minute ago before you showed up, and sorry if I already said this, my brain's going in several different directions at the moment. We are streaming over on YouTube as well, so that's a new process for us. Got to implement that into the streaming software. Emotes for monthly subscribers. Could be. That would be, or if you're talking about like icons, like here you get this little icon next to your name if you're a subscriber. Well, we haven't unlocked subscribers just yet. We haven't even haven't reached affiliate status, and based on what I've seen, I don't know if I'm going to. Well, I'll probably reach the point where I can, but not sure if I'm gonna actually dive into that, because one of the things I'd like to do, at least as far as the whole streaming economy goes. Hey, I see your comment over there on YouTube too. Thanks. It won't show up on the stream face, but I do see it. But one of the issues that I'm seeing is that if you are a Twitch affiliate or a Twitch partner, technically, well, maybe I shouldn't say it. Maybe I shouldn't tell you. That way you can have plausible deniability. Anyway, all I'll say is read your contract. If you're a Twitch affiliate or a Twitch partner, you have a contract. And welcome to YouTube, Breast Geologist. My main concern is Twitch is a semi-limited platform. And so because of that, because YouTube is so much larger and has such a larger viewer base, I'd like to be able to grow there if I can. If I wanted to get real fancy or, you know, real, I don't know, expansionist, depending on how you want to look at it, I would also start up a Facebook channel as well, because there's nothing stopping me from streaming everywhere possible. But we'll see how that goes. I was barely able to get this to work. I wasn't sure if it was going to work this morning. I know some folks who disregard that stipulation. Potato McWhiskey streams on both. Yeah, it's very true. I also watch Potato. Yeah, I occasionally do as well. I know who you're talking about. I don't even play Civ 6, but it's I actually watch a lot of people who play games that I don't. But yeah, Twitch isn't very heavy-handed with the restrictions, but it is one of those things that I would not want to. I wouldn't want to have it be something that someone can use on me. You know, just like a good wizard hides his true name. You know, keep that. Keep any possible strings on you as within your own control as you possibly can. But I think it's gonna be the long term here. The long term viewpoint here is if I get to the point where I reach the qualifications for affiliate, that's great. But I don't want to lock myself into the contract of affiliate, I think. It might be nice to have emotes or whatever else, but I think I'll hold off on that. However, if I do get to the part where I can qualify for being a Twitch partner, then we'll revisit it, I think. And you know, maybe I keep doing this for a while and the YouTube thing goes nowhere. and I try out Facebook, and it also goes nowhere, so maybe Twitch is the place for me. But we'll see. Anyway, let's dive into this. I am not sure how to do a circle, to be completely honest with you. So we might have to come back to that one. But what I think I will do is go off on, or go off of, rather, a reference that I've saved a few references. I'm over on Pinterest. Saved a few references that I'd like to use as my practice guide. So I think I'm going to try and make a hexagon shape and a traditional diamond shape to start with. So I should probably save this image somewhere else so I can keep an eye on the actual chat. Aha! Welcome, we got another commenter from YouTube. Welcome. Doing some pixel art this morning. Glad to see you. Hope you enjoy the stream. But we are gonna try and make a few shapes here. And sorry I don't understand your message there. Let's see, we're gonna start off with black. We're gonna go in this, we're gonna use these as our blocks here. There's our guides. Hey, welcome Death the Kitty. How you doing this morning? I think these might actually need to be straight diagonals to look right. So we'll back this up, we'll walk this back a little bit. That's only 2 blocks from there, so we'll need to start here, which should be fine. Oof. Sorry to hear that, my man. Do you have a late night? Yeah, I think I will just go straight with these lines. Let's undo that one. We're gonna start here and go as straight as we can. To bed at 1, we'll come around 10 or so. Okay. I guess you must have just had some rough sleep, huh? Must say I had a similar problem, perhaps for a different reason, but I do know that last night, just every time I was about to fall asleep, something basically heard a noise or a cat yelled or something, and just woke me up like 6 or 8 times before I finally fell asleep for a while. And at some point in the middle of the night, it sounded like the neighbors were having like a block party or something, and that woke me up. Let's see. Okay. I think I understand how this can go. We're gonna go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks here. There. I think that should do. We probably need to go a straight line across as well. Doo-doo. Yeah, we do. And I think we can use both of those middle blocks as sort of a facet, what do you call it? Facet break. So maybe just here. We'll see. Maybe bring this out all the way one more. Seem to have the same sleep schedule. Yeah, I wasn't trying to stay up late myself. I was working on a new project last night, and I got, should this be straight? Diagonal? No, I don't think it should. I was working on a project. I'm trying to figure out how to use Blender, basically. And, it's a process. But hopefully, I think something good is gonna come of it. Okay, so I do want this to be sort of even, coming down. That doesn't look right. But maybe it is. Maybe that's still right. Can't really tell any difference between these two. We'll just go with that for now. I think that's the same. I'm gonna go ahead and draw this line across, just to sort of show what we're doing here. But yeah, I was working until about midnight last night on a project that I thought I could finish. Silly me. You know what? And I think I want to put this line up here, perhaps. That'll look a little better, maybe? I don't know. I think what we're probably going to end up doing is having a clear demarcation where this horizontal line here is brighter, and then directly underneath it is darker. Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, and it looks like, going off of my reference here, that those are the only lines I really need to draw. I think I am cutting myself short a little bit by having it be so narrow vertically. So let's go ahead and just draw this up one more, and we'll delete these. Wait, I can do this an interesting way. Oh, I do have a line. Okay. And then, whoop. Pow. Like so. Alright, so what color should we be using? We did a brown, we did a blue, we did a red. Green. We're gonna have a green emerald kind of thing, I think. Let's find a good middle green. I don't like these sets of green, so I'm just gonna make my own. Right about there, I think. Start with that. Make ourselves a little 4-color palette. We'll go between that and white, I think. Actually, no. I'm gonna do this the old way. Go one darker, maybe? And then 2 lighter. And then we can rearrange these. One there. And then one all the way up there. Yeah. And then we'll just rearrange these 2. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and... I'm going to select all of this. If I can click the right buttons. We're going to fill these with our darkest color. Need to find what the quick button is for deselecting everything. And then this is going to have to be our highest highlight, which means basically this top line and over here. So let's go ahead and line that in, I think. Probably this too. How's my reference doing it? Probably just using straight up more colors than me. Yeah, they go all the way to white on the reference color. You know what? I am going to go ahead and just download this image. I'll save it, and hopefully I can open it up in Aspirite here. Let's see here. Where you at? There it is. It's a JPEG. Uh-oh. Could be a problem. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Yeah, now I can stay on the page, or stay on the actual chat window. Let me move this over a little bit. Check and make sure it's not off screen. Cool. Okay, so I'm kind of going off of the diamond shape here, which again, this is a JPEG, so it's kind of jacked up. But it looks like they're using 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 colors. So if I use white also, that'll get me there. Welcome, Pneumatic Mountain Goat, to the chat. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. So let's go ahead, I guess, and include white in our palette. And with that, we need to... I'm gonna have to fix that. Be sparing with it. So it's gonna be our brightest colors. Our brightest shines. Looks like they did the whole outline as the darkest color they're using. So let me try that. To start with, I'm gonna follow... Oops, yep, I done goofed it. Let's try this. There we are. I like how you have references to help you. Yeah, Goddess of Doom, I was just talking about how when I was in elementary school, I got started drawing basically by using tracing paper on an old, well, it was new at the time, Nintendo Power Pokemon guide. It was the very first one. I probably still have it somewhere, but it's old and ratty now. But I would trace the Pokemon images because they had all 150 of them. I would trace the images out of that for fun. And the lesson, like, I think I learned a lot of good artistic techniques that way. What I didn't learn was that it's a pretty good way, I think, to develop artistic skills. Yes, it's a good way to learn. Yeah, like you say. I should have kept up with the practice, but now, in the age of the internet, we now live in an era where we have access to, you know, video tutorials. So, and that's one of the reasons why I was up so late last night, was that I was basically following a Blender tutorial to make a specific thing, and in doing so, I am learning a lot of skills in how to make that program function. At least I think so. Okay, and then this brightest, middle, darkest. And that's even... okay. So if this is how they're doing it, this color would be here, and then the next one down. Okay, so I think we can do that. Unless that happens, of course. Oof. Okay, so I'm gonna select this. It's G and W. Okay, so the next one over will be there and there, looks like. So those two would go together. And then the next one would be here and here. I think that's that color already. Yeah, that is already that color. So then the only one left would be there, which would have to be the darkest color. May regret making this outline this way. Ack. Stop that. There we are. Okay, you know what? That's already starting to look a lot better. It's already starting to look like it has some shape. So they've actually got another color in here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a darker color. Maybe I should add another middle ground between these two. An even darker one for the actual outline. I don't know. Yeah, tricksy bit about gems is that alternate faces might have a higher light level than expected from the light source because there's refraction. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, like, I'm just trying to do a simple version of this. you're definitely not wrong. And if I wanted to make it look like, you know, the thing has actually got light passing through it, that is certainly a way to make it look more realistic and a lot better. That is a skill I'll have to develop for sure. It's okay, Brass Geologist, we're all nerds here. Like we were talking about the other day, I have theoretical knowledge of many things. I wear my flavor on my sleeve. I mean, then it's always handy, right? Alright, so we're gonna outline with this color now. We'll go ahead and do that before we do anything else. Now we've got this extra dark green, and we'll fill in this last little block here. Boop. With our not quite as dark green. Okay, that looks like something. Oh, we need this color, I think. Does that match? Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. And then looks like it's basically okay. So looking at this, what it appears that they have done is just, at least in this stage here, well, even in this stage, they lightened up the outer edge. Dark to light. Yeah, but what I was thinking is it looks like what they did was they did this in steps, right? This step just became white, or whatever the closest approximation, because even the white down here looks like it might be a variation of blue. This white might be a variation of this base color. But either way, they drew this line, then they drew that line, then they changed colors, and they drew this line here. This triangle here, except for the bottom, perhaps. But I might just try to follow that step. Sounds like an eyeshadow technique. I mean, eyeshadowing is an art form, and it follows the basics of color and color theory, so it most likely is a very similar practice. I wouldn't know. I've never worn eyeshadow. Not to say I've never worn makeup, though. I was in a couple of theater productions, so I have a basic understanding of how that stuff works. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is try this way. So I'm going to leave the outside border, come in one step, go up and over. What did it? Come straight up? Yeah, it did come all the way over to the straight up. And they leave the top edge untouched. And I have my top interior lines different from where they have theirs. We'll see if that really messes me up later on. Yeah, and I think that their coloration is closer to white, perhaps. Or maybe their white is closer to their actual color, but we can fill that in later if we need to. So now I'm going to take my lightest green and fill this in here. I'm going to do this with a line tool so I don't jack myself up too much. Okay, just come all the way over to the white. And then bring it down here. That looks about right. There we go. Okay. Teach me a wise one. So it also kind of looks like they lightened up the outline. And what it looks like they've done is up top here has become, like, once it gets all the way across here, is this color here. Till about here, which it becomes this color. So let's use our next to darkest green. Come out to there-ish. And then the next one up will be that. And it's even a step before it hits the white, or the brighter color. And this comes all the way down the side. So we'll start there. I think this leading edge is that dark, secondary dark green. So we'll go with that. Okay, okay. And then this back edge here is probably this color, which is that one. Where do you start? Right past the, right in line with the white here, I think. About like that, something like that. Okay. And now, I think we're ready to step over to the next one. Yeah, it's close enough. Okay, so now stepping over to here, they widen out this white line, extend it over here as well. For why they didn't do that over here, I don't know. Probably just blocking it out. Ah, no, I do know why. Because they started to add the shine here. Probably made the decision at this point to add shine on the front face. They add this color here and here, it appears. But leave these two blocks uncovered. We'll start with that. I believe this is the right color. It should be. There and there. Did I leave that one open? Nope, goes all the way to the edge. Okay. This front face is going to change a lot, so I'm not going to think about it too hard. Oh, and even the back edge of the one over here comes up, which might be this same color. I think it is. Let's try that. We'll just bring this up until we're kind of happy with it. Looks good for now. And I think putting the shine on the front face is going to make a big difference. The more I'm looking at the white here, the more it contrasts, and I don't like it. Let's see, that's looking like it's 3 across. Of course, my shape is different than theirs. So I might have to leave it at 2. I think my shape is a bit smaller. But theirs evenly splits these two colors, so I could bring it over one more perhaps. But we'll see about that in a second. Okay, we're gonna bring this all the way across a couple steps. Maybe to there. And then diagonal it down into this here. So it looks like that. And then this. Bring that over. Okay. And then we start adding diagonals up here. So if we come all the way over to the white, since that's what we're working on, we'll come 1 block away from our top edge and then bring this down. What about there? We're just gonna make a line. I actually have the line tool already. Make a perfectly diagonal line. Do a couple of those and not do too much of it. Then we're gonna come to our color up here, which should be that one, yes. Draw a couple of those. Until we get about 2 lines away from the other one, and then we'll go a leg up. Just copy paste. I'm here for any more insightful tips you need. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Death to Kitty, I am attempting to do something that it looks like somebody else who knew what they were doing. I'm attempting to do what they have done, so that perhaps too, I can learn and know what I'm doing. Although now that I'm looking at that, I see. That should actually just go to there. And also, I'm working off of a JPEG. It looks like the image that I had available wasn't a PNG, so as you can see, there's all this blurring here. Copy pasting literally would not work. Alright, and it looks like since we've got this brightest color here anyway, I'm going to color in the back edge too. It's called anti-aliasing. You know, at some point I'm going to have to look up a guide and just follow through on how do with the anti-aliasing thing. Because I feel like it's a lot easier than I'm thinking it is. I don't like how that looks. I also kind of don't like how this looks. I'm thinking I should bring the white down. That looks pretty good from a distance, though. This bottom edge looks a little janky, but let's actually undo that last line. That still looks janky, but it's starting to look okay. It's starting to look okay. I think part of the problem here is they have blended this line down a step here. Take out some of that sharp edge. We've also got the brighter color curling down underneath it. I was doing like this number here. That'll probably help. Okay. And then they undid it over here anyway. Okay, so they bleed this over a little bit. Oh, actually no, they added that. I see. Okay, so this appears that they took this color here and blended this. I did this sort of outline here. Okay, we can do that. I think that is... Nope, one up from there. And did they come all the way over to the edge? They did. They just did a full-on outline. Like that. Okay, and then we're gonna go back to our white, bring this over one. And I still may change out the white here for a very bright green. I think will probably be a lot better. And this looks like it's just solidly faded down a step at a time here. Also, though, we got this dark color coming up. Is it the... Yeah, it is. I probably can't go any more than that. Unless I bring the whole line down a step. Which might be fine. Yeah, I'm also noticing, I noticed earlier, there's ends on a single pixel point. Mine does not. Mine ends on a double pixel point. So that would allow me a little bit of room, wiggle room, one way or the other, perhaps. I see. Let's do that and that. Yeah, I think that helps quite a bit actually. And then this lighter color comes up quite a bit here. But there's all the way across the edge. Yeah, they've got a full solid outline. I'm gonna bring this up here. Maybe like so. Like a so. I'm gonna blend this down a couple of steps, I think. At least we're gonna see how that looks. No, I think the idea is sound, but the execution is not working just yet. Where to go from here? Is this color... is not. Okay, I'm gonna blend this over a little bit. I think it'll look better. I might be wrong. We're gonna bring this all the way to here, and then we'll go the next one down and bleed this over. No, I probably should level it off on each one with the outline. Something like that, I think. Okay, so I think I've gotten to the point where this white is bugging me way too much. So I'm gonna make a new color and we're gonna fill that in and see if that looks any better. I might have to bring this over some more, but let's try and just fill that in with... that helps. It's not bright enough, though. I'm just gonna unlock this. Yeah, I also like it better than the white, but I think it needs to be brighter. We'll get there. Oh, let's go back to this. Unlock it. Just the very slightest shade of green to it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot less sharp, I think. We could bring it down some, maybe. Oop, just goofed it up. That's better. This bottom edge, I kind of despise it, but we need to fix it. We can fix it. Kind of feel like maybe I should bring this line over one. That'll give me more room to work on the right side of it here. Yeah, let's do that. Do here. And then for this color, can we bring this over one? I think if we brought it over one, it would... that doesn't... I don't hate that. We can fix it later, or we can change it back later if we like. But what that'll allow me to do is bring this line over. I might need to bring this all the way to the edge, actually. Yeah, I do. So let's just do that. Like that. And do we want to... Not really. Okay, I was thinking, do we want to bring this darkest color? Well, there's only two colors here. Yeah, I should adjust that then. Don't even need three. Looks like it's not using the darkest, so... Is it about even? No, the darker shade is taking up all the space. Okay. Okay, yeah. I think that's good. But now we can work over here and we have a lot more room to play. So, we've got the brightest green here, which is fine. But we need the next one down, which would be here to take up some of this diagonal space. Does it come all the way over? It does. It comes all the way to the edge. That's starting to look better. For sure. It's about as wide as this color, this brightest. It's the white is a green now, but I'm still going to refer to it as the white color. But the one shade down from that is about as wide as it is. But it's actually following the angle of the facet here. Yeah, it's following the angle of the facet more than it, or until it gets to the point where it's following this down here on this bottom edge. So what I think I need to do is, just for a second, I need to figure out where I originally had this line. And I think I either had it there or there. I'm going off of this one. It looks like it started here and came to... No, I brought it up here. That's what I did. Because I started it in the line. Okay, so that means... the other one would have come down to here. That's where the original line would have been. Right there. So let's work off of that. Off topic, but I was on Reddit the other day and someone mentioned having to constantly deal with hate raids and this one psycho who would constantly harass them on Twitch. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that as a problem. It's, a lot of people have been talking about how Twitch has a lack of ability to moderate itself. Hey, Lazy Jacob, welcome. Hope you're having a good morning. We were just about to talk about Twitch problems. Yeah, so it's not my own not my own ingenuity for sure. I'm using a reference now. I am attempting to learn from the skills of others. We've got a reference over here that we're sort of going off of. I'm basically recopying this. It's a slight difference, but this is not mine. Somebody else made this. I'm using it just to sort of see what somebody who knows what they're doing has done. And it does look a lot better. But I'm learning skills by trying to copy others. Yeah, I'm looking ways to combat that, and I guess one good way, as soon as it happens, if you're an affiliate, is to have a command that makes it sub-only chat. Yeah, that is one solution. The problem with sub-only chat is that it kills your potential reach pretty fast. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to get people out. It also helps to have dedicated mods, absolutely. Yeah, it very much helps to have people who can police that for you. Because you're trying to put on a good show, you're trying to entertain people, and having to deal with random people on the internet's BS is too much of an extra problem. Okay. Okay, so we just figured out this is where our original corner line was, and going off of the reference here, it's a pretty broad stretch for this color, and it actually comes all the way down here, so my lines are not matching up with theirs. Actually, I think I can bring this color back over one line. Guy on Reddit was dealing with it for months. Oh no, yeah, definitely, I get it. I get the scariness factor. I mean, there's a reason why I haven't done a face cam, and it's not because I don't have the ability to. Part of it is I would rather not have my face out there. I may change my tune on that at some point, but not yet, for sure. I want people on the internet to know as little about me as possible, for as long as I can get away with. Yeah, this angle is decidedly different from the one that they were using in the reference here. But, oh, as I was saying, the thing with sub-only chat, if somebody comes into your chat and they can't, or if somebody comes into your stream and they can't talk, that, sort of kills their desire to try and engage with you. So it's a kind of a double-edged sword. You fix one problem, but cause yourself, you know, another one. Plenty of streamers who have garnered a huge following without a camera or even being a VTuber. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and sub-only chat would only be if there's someone actively trolling. Right. And I do feel like a lot of the people who do the, who are able to get a following without doing the, without doing a VTubing thing or what have you, they've got a lot going for them as far as, you know, they know how to entertain. You know, they bring in a following from another platform. And maybe I'm making excuses for myself, but I feel like there's the people who can make it on Twitch without having some kind of a visual representation of themselves, like a VTuber or a camera or something. They have advantages that I have yet to develop, whether that be an audience from another platform or a really engaging personality, or they're funny, or what have you. I haven't quite learned those skills yet or developed those advantages. Let's see. A mod will ban them. They make a new account immediately. At least the person on Reddit dealt with that specific. Yeah. If somebody's really dedicated, they're going to, you know, be able to grief you, and there's not much you can really do to stop them. And Twitch isn't very helpful. That's part of the problem. You can set up follower-only mode that requires you to be a follower for a set amount of time. Yeah, that would be a... I think that would be a better stopgap in the meantime between basically open chat and sub-only. Dude, your smooth, buttery voice will do plenty, I promise. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And hopefully so. Hopefully it'll keep me from having to commit to expensive solutions, like getting a VTuber model, at least for some time anyway. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and I think we might have done about as much as we can do here. At least following our reference. Unless I wanted to branch out and try to make something new out of it, we may have gone as far as we can go. Actually, I say that. Oh, there's one more step that I see that they have done that I have not, which is to bring the shading down over here on this left-hand bottom side. So if we look on this furthest right image, they've got this color comes all the way down to the edge right in front of the outline, drags up, shifts over a color, and then comes up again. So we bring this all the way to here, come up there, shift down a color, and come there. I don't know if it makes as much of a difference on mine, but if I'm following my guide, following my reference, that is what they've done. I think the cam is more of an easier time growing, especially helps people find you while browsing the page of others. I find that a lot of big tubers will drop the webcam when they get big enough and really tired of being on cam. I've heard TikTok and YouTube are amazing ways to grow. Yeah, I know Rendog, he's a Minecraft, Hermitcraft member. He did that for a while. He was on YouTube, never had a face cam, went to streaming for a bit, and then had a face cam while he was on Twitch, but then recently, I think, he's gotten rid of it, and he still has the same following, but people were... I don't know if people came to him, you know, more energetically after he started using a face cam or not. But he had a following before that. Anyway, people came to see him, and he had been working on YouTube for a long time, so he'd developed the skills to be entertaining. On top of that, also Goddess of Doom, TikTok, YouTube, a lot of the stuff I've been looking into as well does seem to indicate that basically anything other than Twitch is a better way to grow than just being on Twitch, because the audience on every other social media platform, even Twitter, right, which is not, you know, it's not a streaming platform, even Twitter is a bigger, has a larger user base that you can reach. So TikTok, Instagram, whatever else, and there's no reason to stay on one, right? If you want to be a content creator and you want to grow, being on multiple places is only going to help you. Debnoxious, or Dex Bonus. Dex Bonus just recently went from webcam to a jumping image when talking. So you're like a PNG tuber. I guess that's technically what I am right now. I want to get TikTok, but I also don't want to get famous with my face. Yeah, my main concern with TikTok is the app itself. I know a little bit, a very, very tiny amount about how the back end sends data to the origin, which doesn't make me happy, so I might avoid TikTok personally. But I mean, as a platform, it's definitely a growth outlet for sure. You can wear a mask, yeah. And perhaps unrepresentative of the average viewer, but face cams are actually a bit of a turnoff for me. I have to get used to a person's face cam before I'm okay with it. It is one of those things, I think, too, where obviously attractive people have an advantage. It's not the only thing, obviously. I think there are plenty of people who are not, you know, conventionally attractive, who find great success. So it's an advantage, but it will not make or break you necessarily to not be traditionally attractive. But yeah, getting used to somebody's face is a process for sure. Most of the content I can think of involves my IRL stuff, like stuff retailers find annoying. Not sure what you mean, unless you're talking about like on TikTok. Do TikTok, I get a second phone for it. I mean, yeah, that's an option. If you can somehow keep that phone from having, you know, any location data or whatever else. Pretty privilege definitely exists. I mean, yeah, like I was saying in Goddess Doom, I think it's helpful, but I don't think it's the thing that'll make you, right? You can't just be pretty and make it as a streamer. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into it. One of the things is, you know, the opportunity to do it. Yeah, it's not an end all be all, for sure. Yeah. I think there are plenty of really attractive people who do stream for like 10 people. And granted, I only stream for like 10 people, so, you know, what do I know? But you would think, you know, if somebody's really, really attractive, they could stream for hundreds of people. You know, if attractiveness was that much of a modifier, I think it's more of a, you know, a force multiplier. If you are entertaining, if you sound good, if you can do stuff that people want to watch, and you're attractive, then you're getting more out of it than somebody who can do all those other things as well as you can, and perhaps isn't as attractive as you are. So I think I'm gonna jump over to our next project. We're gonna be working on a, instead of a 4-color, well, we did a 4-color image last stream. This time we're gonna do a similar idea, but we're gonna work with a pre-established palette. We're gonna work with the Game Boy palette that I pulled from a website. I don't know if these are the actual exact original Game Boy colors, but they're close enough that I'm gonna try and make a scene of some kind out of them. But I think, let me adjust what we're doing here. Come down to my selector, moving it down. There we go. And then I'm going to take a quick break, and we will come right back to it. we're back. Hope you guys haven't been arguing too much in the comments. Oh boy, y'all having some fun over here. Different phone, different mobile carrier. Yeah, you guys are talking about how to get around the TikTok app problem. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I'm kind of personally writing off TikTok. I'm not gonna judge anybody else who decides to go with that. But like I say, personally, I think it's too iffy for me. So let's see here. Let's get a handle on our Game Boy color palette. I'll start with this as our background because I feel like this is the color that Game Boy screens are. I can hear the turn on sound now. Super careful with not revealing anything in my videos location-wise. Being stalked isn't fun. Yeah, agreed. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to make? We could try and draw some kind of a character. Perhaps a Pokemon scene. That's kind of what I think of when I think of the original Game Boy. That's what I played it on the big... I first started playing the Pokemon games on the big gray Game Boy. I remember the little power button had the little plastic slider, which is why those old Game Boy cartridges had that little notch in the top corner. The power button had a little slider that would come across and hold it down in place so you couldn't remove it while the power was on. But I still remember that and the sound it made when it turned on. Had that as my message notification for a while. Being stalked isn't fun. I say this from personal experience. Oof. Yeah, that's scary. Not worried about anonymity or avoiding TikTok tracking a bunch of stuff about you. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Just use it and have fun. Yeah, so here's the ultimate thing for me. It's like, I don't think TikTok is going to come after me and, like, I don't know, raid my house or something. Or you know, the people behind TikTok. It's just, I don't know. I don't want them knowing about me. It's just as a general thing. They don't have a right to know who I am or where I am or what I'm doing. But if my phone's going to send them that information, I can just not with that. So one of the things I wanted to practice here is, so we've got this very simple color palette, which makes anything that we want to draw limited, right? So we've got to work within the limitations of both the size of the screen, which I've set to 64, and the colors we have available. So if I'm looking at a reference, for example, let's see if I can find, I just gonna Google OG Pokemon. Nope, that did not help at all. Game. See if I can find a good screenshot from it that'll... Let's see here. Sorry if I'm not looking at chat at the moment. I'm trying to find a good reference so that I can... I'm trying to find a good... Ooh, yes, this'll do. This'll do nicely. Oh, that's weird. It's all... bleeding together. in a strange way. Why is it doing that? Huh. Weird. Okay, so I've got a reference image here. I guess I'll try and... I'm gonna try and download this and upload it in Aseprite, but it looks weird. And I don't... Maybe it's because it's a JPEG. So let's try this. File open. You just called it download. Be up here then. Doesn't look like it loaded. Or maybe I just can't open it because it's too big or something. Huh. Okay, well I guess I'll just use it from the base page then. Whatever. So anyway, let me take a look back at chat here. Okay. So, but it looks like if I keep this guy open so that I can actually look at it. I'm gonna minimize. Nope, stop that. Listen, Windows. I need you to stop doing what you're doing. There we go. So, if I've got this reference image here available to me, it looks like our homeboy from the Pokemon game is like he's actually several pixels wide. Didn't realize. I don't actually know, come to think of it, what the actual resolution of the original Pokemon game was. Or not the original Pokemon game necessarily, but the original Game Boy, more specifically. I think I just saved it as an haha. This is gonna be a mess. Oof. Yeah, so this is not the original resolution. I'm almost certain of it. Like, this should be 2 pixels right here, I think. I could be wrong, of course. But I feel like this is all... Yeah, I could be very wrong about this, but I think this is an artifact of the fact that it has been a JPEG. So I think this is actually, like right here, this is 3 pixels. So if I just wanted to recreate this sign... Oops, let's not do that. Let's not draw... And like these little bits of grass, I think, are 1 pixel. So I think what I want to do, actually, is let's find what is the Game Boy resolution. An 8-bit handheld game console. CPU display. Wow, okay. It was 160 by 144 pixels. So, with that information, we can resize this. 160 by 144. Is that right? It feels weird. Am I doing that the right direction? Was it wider? It must... Yeah, it was wider than it was high. I think. So let's try that. Oof, no, that does not do the job. Resizing a JPEG doesn't work, guys. Who knew? I should have figured. And I may have also squished it the wrong direction. Let's try this the other way. I don't think I did squish it the wrong direction, but oof. Nope, that is not any better. No, actually, maybe it's a little better, but it's still not good. So that's not gonna work. Oh man, sorry everybody. If I was a better streamer, I'd have had this fixed already. Ah, sorry. Yeah, Lazy Jacob. I was not looking at chat. I'm dual streaming today, by the way. I'm streaming over on YouTube and on Twitch. So I've got my chat in a different place today, and it's only on a. I haven't figured out yet how to implement the Restream software's chat into my OBS display. So that's a process I'm gonna have to work on for next time. Yes, Pneumatic Mountain Goat. This is from Pokemon. That's what we're working with. That's what we're trying to replicate, anyhow. Low Spec probably has the palette if you need it. I think that's where I got the palette, actually. Was from Low Spec. Just open another screen and copy the big into it. Probably the image, you mean? Yeah, and I think that's how I started with this. And actually, do I have it open still? No, I don't. I closed it down. So I actually grabbed this. It was on screen, this palette here, and I just copied it, opened up a new one, because for some odd reason when I opened up the one that I grabbed off of Low Spec, it wouldn't let me edit it, wouldn't let me draw on it. And that's probably an Aspirite setting that needs to be able to change. So I just copied the palette, made a new image. But if you're talking about, actually, if you're talking about Low Spec maybe having the actual Game Boy image, that might be a way to go. Let's see if I can find... Let's see. See if I can find an original image. Because all the images that pull up on the Game Boy are either from the combat screen, which is not what I want to go off of. Hello. Wait. Oof. It's scaled up. See, I found one that's from Pokemon Yellow. It's using the correct color palette, or at least it looks like it. But it's blurry, which means it's been scaled up. And probably turned into a JPEG. I probably won't be able to find a PNG image. I say that? Wait a minute. I think this one's from Pokemon Gold. This'll do. It uses more colors, but we'll go with it for now. Oh, it's a GIF? Why is it a GIF? That's weird. Okay, let's try that. Let's try opening this up here. I missed what you were saying. Was it about the palette not letting it be changed? There's a lock icon on the top left. Yeah, no, it wasn't the palette. It was the, like when I opened the original image that from the palette that I downloaded from Low Spec. Again, I think it was Low Spec, so maybe I'm wrong. But it wouldn't let me draw on the image. Like the background layer, for one, on Aspirite, down here, the background layer had an underline underneath it. This wasn't locked, but it was underlined and I could not draw on it. And then I tried to make another layer and I had to turn off the viewing of the background layer to make it let me draw. Like I said, there's definitely settings in here that it, would allow me to do the thing. But I just didn't have enough time to fiddle with them to figure out exactly how to make it work. Okay, cool. So we have an image now that is the right resolution. It's not using the same palette, obviously, though this is cool. I think this is, I think the Pokemon Yellow or not Yellow, but Gold and Silver were made to take advantage of the Game Boy Color, which was largely the same, but, with colors, more colors. But this tells me what I wanted to know. This tells me that this guy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pixels across. Probably a little bit taller. So if I wanted to recreate this kind of look, I'm gonna start with this sign, actually, because this is the simplest thing. And I think I was right earlier about the... Man, it does use a lot of different colors than the Game Boy does. There's these little text icons that are just a few pixels. Okay, so we've got this background color. That's our lightest color. So we'll have to use that sparingly. But let's draw an approximation of this sign. It's got this dark shadow here, which is a color up from here, probably. Paladin lift does not look right. I don't know what's about that. What that's about. This color palette is not likely specifically from the Game Boy Color. This is just Aseprite's auto-generated color palette using all the colors that are on this image. Which, if this is correct, which I think it is, then this would be just the Game Boy Color's, the palette used for this screen at least. Because if I remember correctly, the way that a color palette worked on 8-bit and 16-bit systems is not that it is limited to a specific color based on the system, it's that it can only display a certain number of colors at a time. So I think for an 8-bit system, it's the 256 colors at a time. It can display basically any color, or almost any color, but only so many at a time. So, which is, I think, one of the reasons why, for example, the Game Boy Color, Gold and Silver, when you walked into each city had its own color palette. That was one of the ways they got, I guess, got around kind of the limitation. I could be completely wrong on all of that, though. That's just sort of my interpretation of the information I have seen. But this looks like it is. It is 1 pixel wide. We're just going to go up some and make ourselves a little inset box here. We're going to start right here. And is this the darkest color? It probably is. Our screen is smaller than the Pokemon screen. But it's okay. Go up to about right there. Cross like that. Down like so. That's the palette that Overworld piece was made with. I'll take a look. Into Overworld Objects palette. Okay. Okay, so if I look at this, I'm looking at this other Pokemon. Yeah, so if I look at the reds in the palette here, I believe you are correct. All of these colors are not used. This must be a palette generated just by Aseprite. Because the only variation I'm seeing is this color to the other color of the hat here, variation of it, and then maybe these. Which this color here might be, this might be the same. That's that one there. They're not, they're close. Yeah, like I said, this is just Aseprite's best guess, I think, which, you know, it does a pretty good job. It looks like it's very well organized. But the actual colors used are not all of these. It's just making a spread based on the colors it does see, I think. So yeah, but anyway, I just wanted a pixel accurate version to look at, and I'm not going to be using these colors exactly anyway. So we can go here, go back to the pencil here. Oop, not all that. Let's go up a couple here. Okay, so that does come across right below it. Go back to our darker color. across there. And bring this up one more. And then we've got that middle dark shade here, underneath it, and around the feet, per se. Let's go to a line. About like that. And then one up from here too. I've made mine smaller than theirs by a wide margin. But we can fix that. I'm on the background layer. Oops. Keep doing that. There we are. I'll fix that problem. But now I can cut this, bring it up a couple steps. Give us a little bit more space to work with. Yes, agreed, brass geologists. These are quite useful. And by the way, after I took a look at it, that was the same website that I pulled this palette from. I just downloaded as a what, 8x8. Well, I think each color was an 8x8 image. I've still got it saved somewhere. But yeah, I just found that today and quite useful. Oh, that, and I guess, okay. Probably need to make it taller and wider, actually. Let's go up one more. I'm gonna split it down the middle and go. That looks about right. Oop, wrong button. Doot, doot, doot. I use the line tool more than the pencil tool, I think. So now I've got some space in here to work with, but probably not enough. No, I can go all the way to the top edge here with these. If I use this color as letters, that looks right. Not the same, and theirs is much wider than mine, and it is bordering on the top. Okay, so yeah, this is about right. And they also have softened the corners here, which is probably one of those details that's like, you'd never think about it, right? But it probably does make a big difference in the overall appearance of the thing, which it looks like that's this color. Yeah, I think it is. I've got folders of bookmarks for the stuff that I never open. Might as well get these to someone who might use them. Yeah, I've got several pins on Pinterest of lots of different pixel art stuff that I may never actually get to using. But we'll see. We'll see how. We'll see what time allows me to do. I could expand this one more, or a few more to fit in another character here, but I think this is okay. And we could shrink this down if we wanted to as well. So yeah, you know what else occurred to me? We could do a grass texture. This grass is pretty simple. But the thing I have to consider now, because I'm looking at a couple of different kinds of, or I'm working in a different palette than I am looking at, I guess, is that because this uses literally every color here, I've got to be careful with what everything else uses, or how I use it. So if I laid in a grass texture, for example, let's, nope. I don't know what that did. Let's put that back. If I come down here, make a new layer. I'm just gonna name this one sign. We'll name this one grass. And we will put the grass under the sign because that is how that should go. I'll turn this off for now. I could make a tile set. of grass. But I think that if, for example, I made... why are you doing this? Goodness, why? Oh my goodness, it's doing the thing again. Okay, Lazy Jacob, if you're still around, I don't know why this happens. I'm trying to do a line and it's going all the way across this. Like I can make... Yeah, I can't even make individual pixels anymore. Like I can put them in a corner. Wherever I try to put it, I am holding no keys. I just clicked. I may have accidentally activated something. Bottom right should have some... Yeah, it does say disable snap to grid, which I don't remember enabling. Maybe accidentally... Yeah, that was the problem. Okay, cool. That fixed it. Thank you very much, because I had this problem yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Okay, there's probably a hotkey that I clicked on accident that activated that. I think that's some hotkey. I've had that myself before. Yeah, that's frustrating. Like, I guess if you're working with a really, really big image, that could be helpful. It's not that helpful to me here. I think we want to tile this. So with theirs, they just do little specks, at least here. On this version, it's like supposed to be little flowers from a straight top down, but I've also seen some that do this kind of thing. I wonder if I can make this work. I think that's not gonna function. Just because I'm trying to do a piece of a plant going directly into the same space, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I bring this up over like that. Can bring that straight out. Just up like that. Oh, it's too dark. Shift S. Yeah, I probably fat fingered that. Oh wait, I moved this. I didn't want to move that. If I shift S. Yeah. And if I hit it again, it goes away. Cool. Also, shift will just let you make a line if you're from wherever your last point was, I think. But yeah, I was working on learning how to use Blender yesterday, basically all day. And the tutorial I was looking through, I was just basically watching a guy making something in Blender, and I've never used Blender before, so he's like, yeah, you can do this and then press this hotkey to activate this ability. And it's like, it was a 50%, 50-50 shot as to whether or not it would work for me or not. So it was a time of hunting down, like he would say, hit this hotkey to make this thing happen. And if it didn't work, I'd have to go hunting just, all right, how do I manually activate this? So it's definitely a learning process for me. Now, here's a question. Can I cheat already and make this work? I just copy these. Paste them. Does this already kind of work? Make them even. Now that I've done that, copy all of these. Might be a lot going on. Might be a bit too busy on the grass here. I think this kind of looks okay. Wait a minute. I think that last one is out of line. Oops. Yep, that's... Why is that doing that way? Let's copy that. Is that grass? It says grass. It looks like grass. Yeah, well, good. I'm glad it looks like... I'm glad it does look as I intended it. Is that too close together? I kind of am thinking it is. So if I'm putting this here, it's 1, 2 spaces apart. I think that's about how I need that to be. 2 spaces away. You want to copy stuff symmetrical, you can just hold shift for this too. Like control shift C? I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why is that doing that way? There should be no background. But now that I've done this, copy what I've got here. The shift, it'll move stuff in the same way as if you had line 2 only in straight lines. So if I just Control C, shift, or Control V, shift. Nope. We go to the move. I see. Yeah. Completely horizontal shift or vertical shift. Okay, let's undo that movement. We're gonna copy this, paste it. Like so. Does that work? I think we need to fill on the other side too. And how do we do this? How do we do this? We can actually set this like that. Set this over there. That looks wrong. I don't know why. I work a lot with 32 by 32 tiles, so I have my grid set up 32x, and when you have that, just press shift, arrow key, have stuff move around the grid. So if I wanted to select this guy, like I know I can just arrow key that guy around. Oh, I see. That's handy. Moves between the grid squares. Does control arrows do anything? Control arrows does nothing. Cool. Where do I grab from now? What if I just make this again? I could tile it up. Or copy the whole thing. Like if I start from here. Which is not actually the start of the thing. Why does this look jacked up to me? Probably because it is jacked up. That looks correct. That also looks correct. There should be 2 spaces there. What have I done? Okay, if I match this up here. Yeah, that'll do. So let's try this. Let's up, up, up. Does this not look right? Looks like I'm moving an uneven number of spaces up. I am. Okay. Yeah, because I'm not actually tiling within these tiles. That's my problem. I'm tiling across them, which isn't technically an issue, because I'm not actually working within these tiles necessarily. But it does look a little strange. Or it keeps me from using this particular tool effectively. But that's gonna do. Why is this not matching up? It should match up, but it doesn't. Okay. Yep, I guess that last one wasn't where it was supposed to be. I've probably spent too much time on the grass. I see now. I am not tiling evenly. Or am I? It's like 2 there, 2 there. You know what, screw it. Let's just grab a double line here. Move this till it looks right. That looks right. Close enough. Pretty even to me. Oh, my chat is being weird. Except at the top. How about now? Does it look even now? Put our sign back on. Our sign has background stuff on it. Ah, I see. We'll fix this. And another problem I just noticed. Is that the interior was not a filled color, it was just the color of the background, which will cause us problems if we're trying to put the sign on top of things. So we'll have to fill that in. What do we get for using a background, huh? Alright. I'm gonna do a line. Fill this stuff in. Okay, that should solve that problem. Put put the grass on it, put the background on it. Better. Good, good. We can move the sign now. Put it in a place that makes it look... Oh my goodness. Yeah. There we are. I was bamboozled by myself. Let's actually do ourselves a favor. We will just center this on a square and see how that goes. Now, given this, I kind of want to do a shadow behind it on the sides. I know that our reference image doesn't do that, but I kind of want... something like that. Either that, or just bring this... Am I still within the block? I am, if I only go there. Nope. Let's just do that. Or even... if we just went the one block? Nah. I don't think that actually makes that much of a difference, but I am okay with it. I'll leave it. Let's continue this. Let's try to build a little dude inside of one of these squares. And I think these squares... By the way, I'm making a new layer. I have a little dude. Alright, how many we got to work with? We got... I am on the pencil tool. $16 pixels. Which, if I edit this guy... Actually, let me just draw a box. I'll tell me exactly how big this guy is. Oh, hello. I've drawn on the background. You know what? I'm trying to do the simple thing, and I'm just goofing it all up. Either way, we're gonna make a dude that's a 16 by 16. And we're gonna make him with probably the dark colors. Make him next to this sign, too. So he can be a little taller than the sign. His head probably needs to be the majority of his model. I'll use a square. Move him over. We'll take out the corners. And remove the interior as well, so that we can give him a face. I love him already. This guy's head is actually quite big. His body is only... it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pixels of his model. So for us, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could make the head bigger if we wanted to. If we wanted to go all the way down to here to have his feet and such. So, in that case, we don't need to take up the whole square exactly, but let's widen him out a little bit. Alright, and we'll make some circles for his hands. I'm not sure what to do about the feet. Probably just this. We can erase this now. Which means our rest of our body will basically just be this. What a little cutie. Yes, I agree. I am liking him so far. And we're in true Pokemon style. We're going to give him a little hat. The top of his hat cannot go above that, basically. Line tool is superior. I think actually here. Beautiful. I love it. He's gonna have a bright face. And we'll give him a shade down across the top of his hat here. Makes him look like he's a little bit angry, but his eyes need to be that big. Maybe they do. Yeah, we'll go with this for now. Let's see, I think we can erase this outer line here. And he's going to be wearing some dark colored shoes. At least darker than his feet. Or darker than his hands, rather. I think we can do this. Cross like that. Yeah, and then we'll give him a brighter colored shirt, which is just like just that one pixel there, or those 2 pixels. Yeah, this works surprisingly well. I do kind of think that the face could be brought up a little bit. I wonder, what does this look like? Nope, that looks like he's crying. How about that? No, I think the eyes need to be the same color. whatever color they end up being. Green boy. Yes. Got a little dude to go with that little sign. Of course, now that I've made him, I kind of feel like he is too big. I feel like he is too big. Because I did this down here because I was thinking, ah yes, he could have a little walking shadow. But I can't extend it down below his feet. Unless this looks okay. It kind of does if I don't put the hat shadow in. I think it's coming up around his legs doesn't look good. Probably needs to come no higher than that. And honestly, the shadow would need to be a different color based on what environment he found himself in. You know what? With the background on, though, it doesn't look bad. Just place him randomly out here. Yeah, that looks okay. Let's try the shadow back under his hat. We might have to make the hat a little smaller. Yeah, that kind of works. I'm also tempted to do this. Make his interior colors. No, that won't work. I need his hands to be separated. I guess I could just bring the shirt all the way up. I could make his face a little bigger. Oh, no, that won't work. I need to actually color that in. Because he's got stuff behind him. No, that doesn't work. Kind of looks like his neck is disappearing. And not that he has much of a neck to begin with. But I think, all things considered, I want to go back to this. This makes it look like he's... This line does a lot of work. Anything showing through behind him? Yeah, a little bit. But nothing that shouldn't be. Now he just needs a little walking cycle animation. Perfect. I'm gonna give his hat a shadow, I think. Not sure where it should be, to be honest. What if I just did that? No. If I just gave him a little logo thing on his head. No, it doesn't look like anything at all. Shade in his face a little bit. That's too busy. Yeah, I think the simpler I'm going here, the better. Yeah, I could just animate a little walk cycle for him. I think he'd be good. I do want to see if this being moved. Put that right there. A different kind of hat. guy's wearing more of a, what do you call it? One of those driver's caps. I'm really feeling the, Mario Bros. Developers, you know, Nintendo back in the day, when they first were trying to create Mario. I feel their pain. A small, like, the reason that was given for why they gave Mario a mustache was because you couldn't tell that he had a face otherwise. We center him up here. Can we? Was it shift move? No, I need to select him, I think. Is that a mailbox? It is a sign post. We're basing the signpost off of the Pokemon signpost that we got from over here. But I mean, I guess it could be a mailbox too. He also punched blocks, but people kept thinking he headbutts them because the model was so cramped. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of room for him to actually have really a lot of animation other than walk and jump, which was, you know, I think what he had maybe 4 frames of animation. Looks like there's a little face on it. Yeah, I was noticing that just a second ago. It's like, you know, the way with his face is and the way that this thing is, it does look like a face. You know, I bet if I mean, I could probably modify it, but I'm kind of okay with it, to be honest. I put the dot above it instead, it might look like less of a face. But I don't know if it's really worth messing with to fix it. Oh, I'm selected on a thing. I'm on the right side. Put that there, put that there. Yeah, it kind of looks like less of a face. But like I said, I don't know if it's really worth messing around with. Too much, anyway. Okay. Yeah, so we've got ourselves a little something going on here. Little dude with feet and hands. And a nice hat. Alright, so we're just a few minutes past the hour. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break. I'll come right back to it. I think we'll move on to our last bit, so I'll go ahead and move that first. Alright, I'll see you in just a minute. Sorry we're coming back just a little bit late. I was petting a cat. She was sleeping. And I pet her and she uncurled to say, "Pet me on my belly." And so I did. And then I put my face in the cat. Always good. Always good to put your face in a cat when you have opportunity to do so. Never apologize for petting a cat. It's worth every second. Yes, I agree. Not apologizing for petting the cat. I am apologizing for not petting the cat soon enough such that I could be back on time. Also, I will mention again for those of you who've shown up a little later, we are streaming both on YouTube and on Twitch today. So if you're watching from YouTube, welcome and thank you. This is our first day streaming on YouTube. We may expand out further. Our tendrils of influence growing ever farther. One thing I've still got to integrate and implement is my streaming software tagged with... Basically, I need to collect all of my sources and such into one place so that I can more easily manage it. But we're holding everything together with duct tape at the moment. But it seems to be working. We got a couple of comments coming in from YouTube a little bit earlier, so they don't show up on screen yet. That's part of the problem. But we will get that functionality by next stream. I'll probably fix that today. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. I should have done that earlier, but I'm did I change anything? I don't think I added a layer. Don't save. And we'll open up this. So what I might need to do here, we've got this going on. Can I, there we go. Oh, that's right, I set it to wait on the first frame. So he does a little blink. But let's do this. Let's save as... We've got a new file, basically. And I think what I kind of want to do is, since I'm happy with the model as it is here, I'm just going to merge all these down so that they're all combined. And then we will make him turn into a floating multi-eyed monster. And just move things as needed. Can I just click M, or do I need to control M? Interesting. Okay, so if I select this and control M. Nope, that doesn't do it. I guess it's just right-click M. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. That's our background, and that's our reference. We don't want to do anything with that. So now... from here... let's test out something. I want to select just the robe, and I know I just merged it with everything else, but bear with me for a second. I will claim to have a method to my madness here. We're learning. That's my excuse. Okay, so now I think I want to... Can I keep this selected? Click that. Can I select Layer 1 is hidden. I am on the wrong layer. That. No, I want to unselect. Cool. Now if I move this, yeah, so that does exactly what I wanted to do. One, two, three, four, let's say. But now I want to reselect these. Crud. Oops. Let's do that. There we go. Now I can fill in with this color. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Yep. Why would you do that to me? Okay, that should be good. And we will new frame. Go back to our selection. Oh, that's right. We're not on different layers anymore. I have overwritten the hands by doing this. But here's another way to do this. Like that. And then we, how did I do this? That, nope, that, nope. There we are. We'll just draw these in. Like so. Alt in. Selector. Droop, 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 droop. 2, 3, 4. How does that look? I think that has the effect I want it to have. Bloop. Cool. So now we need to deselect that stuff. I think on this layer, we'll go back to the head here. I'm gonna pull out this color and this color. We're gonna connect these up. Then we are just using black and white for these. So we're gonna have, is it black color? It won't tell me. on this frame, now that the thing has dropped. Yes, Brass Geologist, we're doing evil things to our poor friend Tutus here. I think now he's gonna need a border around these. So we're gonna grab our dark orange again. Is it that right color? Oh. Let's grab the right one. That's not even the right color. There we go. I think here is actually where it needs to be expanded. Where I got the black selected. You know what? That doesn't really work. Let's just do this. I wanted to get fancy and have his eyes open diagonally, but given the fact that they are, at this point, just open vertically, we will come over here, grab these colors that we're using for the exterior of the eyes. No, wait, not that one. But that one. Here we are. Does that look right? Is that? I think that's not correct. Oh, that is right. Probably need a frame here where the hands sort of look like they shift the horizontal, where they open up into eyeballs. Okay, so I think what I want here is for the bottom to look basically the same. And then the top will have opened up further. Or perhaps all the way. So one frame before the bottom opens all the way up, the top will. Let's go back to the black. to fill that in anyway. Maybe. Might want to actually have it be a darker orange. Still coming down. Oops. Or even like that. I think that works. Oh, that's creepy. I like it. Yeah. Nice one. Alright, so when this happens, I need these things up here to do the same kind of deal. Basically nothing. It's like we know what's under the blanket, and it's basically nothing. I said I was going to turn him into a beholder. I'm debating about whether I want to keep his two eyes, or here, or like... Oh no, I said the other day what we were going to do is we were going to take the mouth and have it open up into a single big eyeball. St. Darren, welcome! We are, in the process of making our good friend Tudus Draw's avatar into a beholder. Glad you've decided to join us at probably the weirdest part of the stream. Thanks, Brass Geologist. Can I just rotate this and have it look okay? Not really. Good enough. We're gonna fill that in. We've already got the right colors available to us. Now we need that one to be like that. It's okay, I'm all about weird. Well, then you are in the right place, my friend. It's gonna get weird. I'm gonna make it weird. But yeah, you know, welcome to my pixel art stream, where I'm a novice, so I'm not a super professional, so don't expect anything crazy. I'm going to do some super basic pixel art myself, and wanted to tune in while I do it. Oh well, welcome. Yeah, you're more than welcome to just hang out and just enjoy the vibes. Let's see, I think this color here. Let's see. Nope, that is the wrong color. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I think that kind of looks like it's starting to uncurl. So our plan is we've got these eyes. So he starts off with you know, looking kind of normal. And then his eyes close. The robe drops to reveal two more eyes that are his hands. And we're gonna have his little hair bubbles also expand. Yeah, it was a one-off comment I made the other day about doing it. about turning him into some kind of a horror monster, and the idea stuck. He seemed to like it, so we're committed. There's a part of me that hopes he shows up to see it, but there's another part of me that hopes he doesn't see it until it's done. I think I can just freehand this one. Probably the middle one too. Never remember which colors I'm using. It's never that one. Need to remember to use the line tool, because every time I use the pencil tool, I click into one box or one pixel incorrectly, and then I have to undo the whole thing. Trying to make a bloody golden coin. Nice. You trying to animate it too? Have like a little spin or a flip or something? Hey, welcome, Tutus. Fancy of you to stop in. Making a lot of cult themed stuff for my stream, and that's part of it. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's legit. But yeah, Tutus, we've don't look too closely. Nothing weird is happening. Yet. Would you like to see what we have so far? Got a few emotes done today. Nice. Okay, so, well, the first thing, Tutus, the first thing we've done is, take your robe off. So, here you go. Here you go is what we got so far. So your hands open up into eyeballs, and I've just started to extend your hair stalks into eyeballs as well. Next step after I get these guys done will be to, we don't have your mouth and other eyes do the same thing. This is great. Horrifying, but great. Good, that's exactly what I'm going for. Okay, so I think I need to just copy this and paste it over. We will move from there. I think the whole thing needs to shift. Let's see. Let's do a lasso. I don't want to grab the other eye stalk too. I just want to move this way. And maybe one more as well. Really give my creation room to breathe. I think from here, we'll bring this all the way up, or rather over one. My friend has hooked me into doing Pixel Daily challenges, so I've been finishing up my piece for today. Oh, nice! Are you doing the Pixel Dailies from Twitter? Because that's where I first heard about that idea. I haven't. At first, I thought it was just Pixel Dailies was just a thing that you can. I mean, you can just tag it and do it, but there's actually an account that has themes and stuff. Yeah. Okay. They post themes. I haven't done it yet, but definitely a good source of inspiration or stuff to do. What did I just do? Do I need to shift that over one more? No, I think the middle one shifting one space is probably enough. I will have this shift over as well here. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Probably come across that way, actually. I made Jesse and James from Pokemon for yesterday's team prompt. Today I did a little camping scene for that. For tent. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think I did see that this morning. The people posting tents. I didn't see. Oh, I guess if you did that today, I would not have been able to see yours just yet. Come out like that, and then we'll color these in to make it look right. Every time anyone mentioned Jesse and James, their theme song pops in my head. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you there. Y'all feel free to go off on that in the comments. I am not going to try and recite it from memory while trying to do something else. Probably could, but I will spare you that. I haven't been posting them on Twitter, just been doing it for personal progress. Okay, that's fair. And it can be fair, fun, whatever you want to say, to not have to worry about other people judging what you're working on, especially if it's something new to you. That look okay? I'm not sure if that looks okay. We're gonna go with it though. Also, speaking of Jesse and James and Pokemon, we were working earlier with a Game Boy palette. So, you know, basically only 4 colors. And we made a little dude and a little sign and a grass texture. So this is what we were working on earlier today. I know, right? I dig it. He turned out pretty well, but it's, you know, all things considered, making faces at this scale is, it's hard not to make it cute, to be honest with you. I can even move him around a little bit. If I can select the right guy. He's got a little shadow, and just because I was trying to test and see if it looks right. I think ideally the shadow would have one more block in it, right along the bottom. But I was trying to fit him within the square. If I remember right, Tudis said on his last stream that you do take commissions, right? Tudis? That's a fun exercise. Color choices are a bit more consistent than the last 4 color piece. Yeah, yes, absolutely. Most definitely. Most definitely a better selection than the previous one. Considering that this is a solid progression from a darker color to a lighter color, and they're in the same family of colors, absolutely. Okay, so now we need to just copy these over. Nope. That is wrong. Yeah, Tudis, make that money. Okay, so I think they've rolled out far enough where they should start opening up like their eyeballs. But I kind of want them to open like 1, 2, 3, or maybe even like 1 and then the 2 and then the third one is the big one. So I think we'll move them one step further. Like, no. Move this out 1, and then we'll start editing it. And then this guy. I just need to have that one open from there. Not that. Give me that. No, that's not what I wanted either. Grr. There we go. Can I do that? Kinda. How did I end up with that color? Oh, I switched screens, that's why. Let's do that. It's gonna be a big eyeball. And I think I'll just drag this one over. So like that. And then we'll come to this color. And I'll darken up this backside here. Darken up, lighten up, however you want to call it. Discord and Instagram are best, depending on what you prefer. Has you never thought of extending these and extending into anything before? I don't know what struck me the other day when we were talking. It's just like, yeah. Because I think what it was when I was looking at your original thing, I had turned off the layer for your body, and so it was just your head floating there. I'm like, wait a minute. This could be a thing. Okay, so kind of like where these are at. Actually, no, I want to fix this one a little bit. Let's do this. That's probably good. Maybe that. I think that works. That works okay. I'd be stealing your hoodie concept for this character as well. Got a little project in mind for Ed, but he has to be clothed. You know, clothing is usually not optional when dealing with other people. So I don't know if your project involves Ed hanging out with other people, but usually more socially acceptable that way. But not always. Okay, so we're gonna take this, copy it over. And now we're gonna open these up. We're gonna do what we did with the eyes here, or the hands. And start to turn them into eyeballs. I guess here is where they need to actually shift. No, there can be a frame after that. There can be a frame after that where they still look sort of normal. Is this the same color? It is the same color. But yeah, Tudis, I'm glad I was able to provide some inspiration. Okay, cool. That is correct. And so, because this color is the same here, what I may need to do is underline it with this darker color. Yeah, I think that is what I need to do. That way it kind of looks like an eyeball. Since I have a Shiba, I really want a Shiba Inu theme for my channel. Oh, speaking of Goddess of Doom, I was watching your stream last night and I was thinking, you know what would be like super, like kind of extra, but also really cool, and I think I could do? Since you're playing Dead Space, having the having a background like behind your chat that looks like the overlays for the menus in Dead Space. You know, that kind of transparent scan lines looking stuff, but have that right behind your chat. I think that could look pretty cool and wouldn't be too difficult to do. Now that I'm looking at these, this is really flat. It's not too much of a problem down here when these are flat because they're small, but these are actually kind of big, so I kind of want to lighten them up a little bit. That would be super cool, but I have no idea how to do that. I mean, if I've got some extra time, I could try throwing something together for you if you're interested. I could use the practice for one. See, I think this, yeah, that'll work. I'd love that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I might poke around at that then. You know what? I think that probably did the trick. That probably did what I wanted it to do. Guess I could underline these and then darken this side with this other color. I just don't know how crazy I want to get. You can see how this looks. I want to lighten that up, actually, with this color. Nope, that is that color. Don't like that. I don't like it. That's probably okay. It's only going to be on screen for like a frame or two, so it shouldn't be that big of a problem either way. Okay, so we've got a shift into, like, it does kind of look like they're popping forward. Pop. And then they'll start to open. Will make your eyes open up again too. Okay, so now in this frame, all we gotta do is open them. Or on the next several frames. Shiba Inus are super duper cute. Plus they're the biggest memes around. And as far as stonks go, they've got the lion's share of the market for sure. I think I want this one to open first. Now, how did I do this down here? Because I liked the way it... Okay, yeah, it's just the interior, and then the top, and then the bottom, and they're open. So... Oh, crud. Bring that back. like that. And this one should be all the way open now. And then here, maybe I should bring this eye actually all the way open down to where the exterior of the eyelid is here on this final frame. Give it a bit more movement. I think that's... you know what? I'm just gonna bring this all the way over here. Nope, can't do that, because that just blends in with that other color. How does that look from a... You know what? Maybe I should do it the other way. I think I should do it the other way. Let's undo that. And we will open the eye the other direction. First, we'll go ahead and color this like that. There we go. Those are eyes. Yeah. Yeah, that was the idea. I'm glad it came across now that they're open. Okay, so far these have just come to here. On this frame, this one needs to open more. This one's gonna open the slowest and last. So, new. And then on this frame. So the easiest way to do this, because I want this one to pop up too, because I think that looks pretty good. That image of it opening up and like actually moving up works pretty well. Do that. And then on this one can be a little more open too. A new one. We'll do the same trick. Does that work? Because this eyeball is actually a step higher. Yeah, I think we will. I think we'll try it. We're gonna move this up again. Was it? Yeah, this one should open all the way up on this frame. Could take a little longer if we wanted it to, I think. Ooh, hey, that's... Oh, I love it. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so I think right about here. Here's where the real weirdness starts to happen. It's been weird so far, it's about to get weirder. I think. Okay, so I kind of want to take these. Let's slide up. Let's slide that way. Mouth is gonna open wider. Yes, okay, yeah. Just gonna extend this off here. Somehow. Let's see. I think what we want to do is shift this color down here. Oh lordy, you're coming. Yeah. Okay. No. How do we do this? How do we do this? I think we need to make this easy on myself. I'm gonna lasso this here. Actually, no. Just do this. Just painting my selection now. Move that up. And I think this... There. Crud. No, I do need a... I need a frame here, actually, where these eyes are shifting colors. So I need to undo that. Because what I need the eyes there. I messed that up. They need to shift here, and then the next frame over is when they need to do the weird thing. I guess I just need to select the whole face here. Wait, no, not that one. This one. So I know where I'm starting. Copy. Okay, cool, cool. And then we're just gonna take this, shift that up. Shift that over. There we are. We'll fill these back in. And the mouth needs to open up even wider. Stay off of the eyes, though. And I think what I'll start doing is actually shifting the color of the mouth, too. We can do that with this. This looks so derpy. Oh man, I'm sorry, Tudis. It's for a good cause. I promise. Okay. We need to color in the top here. This is gonna be an eyeball now. Ooh boy. Bonus points if you animate sunglasses sliding in on all of the eyeballs. I mean, nothing's stopping me once I'm done. Okay. Do it. Okay, so now we need to bring this. Let's see. Let us. That's the right color. Yeah, we're gonna bring this. It's basically gonna shift over. Same thing here. That's kind of where we want this to go. I can actually have this one come down instead. Can't go too far with it though. We're running into the same shade. Oh, we do need to lighten it up anyway. Is that the right color? It is. Let's see. Let's go ahead and highlight these. Yeah, something like that. Okay. No, not there. Bring that up to there. But I think we need to bring this color across like that. Maybe not. Well, no, let's just highlight the top end. It looks janktastic. That's how it looks. Yeah, I think once we start animating it, it'll look better. This is looking kind of funky. So we've gone from this to that in this frame. I might have gone too far. But let's press on anyway. Okay, so now with the mouth, we can bring this up one more. I think we want to bring this all the way out. Here. Maybe even... Yeah, okay. And then we'll come up here with this brighter color, bring it around. That's already that color. I guess we gotta go with this. we even need the lower lid at this point? I think if we bring this down like that, then we need to fill it in all the way across. Now, I mean, now it looks even. And I don't like that. You know what? You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to take this color and we're just gonna fill in this top edge here. Maybe that looks okay. Yeah, I think that's the play. Was it the darker? Yeah, I need this right there. Maybe that? Let's just give him some eye shine. Something is not quite working. Maybe I just need to bring out this leading edge more. Maybe that's the answer. Because this is the biggest eye, maybe having it have sort of a, what do you call it? A little eyelash looking bit coming off either side, or at least the front edge. And then these are going to open up too. And at this point, you just need that for here, right? This is opening up the other way. New one. Pull this all the way out to like that, and these will open up basically at the same time. Like, not that. Like that. Oh my goodness, it's getting scarier. Well, good. There you are. I think that might be the final form right there. Okay. Needs to hold that last frame longer. Hold on. Okay, all right. Let's give this a look. Oh man, that is freaky. I think this transition needs work. That doesn't look good. But man, it's kind of working. Need to run a D&D game where this is the final boss. No kidding, right? And but like, he needs to be like a helpful NPC the whole time. He just looks kind of strange, and like, but you know, he's a helpful NPC and he's very friendly. And but then, you know, they beat the quote unquote final boss, and he's like, "Good job, guys! Like, now we can celebrate." Help me peer pressure Gray into animating sunglasses on all the eyes. So here's a question for you, Brass. How do sunglasses work on, like, single eyeballs? It would basically be a bunch of monocles. Magic. I mean, magic still has to look correct. I need to delete these because I need to fix some stuff. I feel like eyeball needs to move up. The central eyeball. Because it's not... I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of blank space right above it. I think that'll look okay. Need to fill this back in down here. Not with that color, though. And... this here? Yeah. You can go for world appropriate and make them tinted monocles. You can go for maximum memeage and make them all two-eyed. You know what? I do want this to hold frame. But there's another thing we can do to really sell this. Okay, so he does his animation where he moves out. But then I need this and that. We put this there and there. Ugh. Can you imagine several frames of this nonsense going on? Because that's what's about to happen. Also, he's floating now. Maybe only one pixel. I think here he should move down. One here, and then he floats back up here. Maybe not. No, he's gonna need a couple of frames of looking around. So he'll stay down for a few frames. Oh boy. Once we actually have a cycle, another thing about it, once we have a kind of a cycle, because if he went from here, is it 17 is where all the eyes are open, goes from here to there, back to 17. Okay, maybe one more frame of where his eyes are looking in random directions, and then we can cycle them and move him up and down as needed. So in frame 20, we'll make the eyes look around a little bit more. Not there. Let's bring it... Can we go right in the middle? that where we started? Not quite. Not that one. Here we go. All those have moved, and then this one. There and there. Does it fire lasers from its eyes? I mean, so Goddess of Doom, if it's a beholder, technically, yes, it does fire lasers from its eyes. Okay, so now we have 4 frames of eyes all open. We have 4 frames of eyes all open. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Did I not? What's on this layer? Yeah, that shouldn't have moved. I don't know why that should not have moved. So I accidentally selected that. Hack. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've got 17. We can duplicate these and just move him up as needed. So I should end up with 24, right? He's up, goes down, and then back up. So we want him to be up for 2 and then down for 2? You know what, that's actually really too fast. I'm gonna need to extend every frame out longer. Just double all the frames. But, even though I can't make this into a GIF, and have this check, and have this track, rather, let's just extend the frame. Let's see if that works. That's probably too slow. Let's try this again. That's closer. Part of me feels like he should be on the same level when his eyes shift and then move. So if I were to move this guy back up, his eyes should move, and then he should pop down. So once his eyes move, then he floats. On the next frame. And also, something else we can do. So he's here, he floats down, he's here, and then he floats instead of down, or instead of up again. One more step down. And then do one of those. Okay. It's still a little, the animation's a little janky, but I like everything else between it. Oh wait, let's try this. Let's put these all back to... Yeah, he's still looking around too fast, but I think it's doing okay. I think what might be best is if I have it, like, every direction he's looking, he floats up and then, or like, bobs once, and then looks in a new direction and bobs. So like, here he bobs, down and then up, or moves, rather. Here, down and then up again. Or something. I don't know. I'm gonna have to workshop this. I'm very happy with these first few frames, though. I'm very happy with that. Okay. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I need to set this back to for now, just so I can run through this faster. Yeah, so the animation of what he does once he's been revealed is it needs a little work, but everything else I quite like. See, he comes... Oh, that's part of the problem. See if that looks any better. That's better. Here's a clip Doom got for anybody who's interested. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. So let's see, if we copy these and have it play this cycle a couple of times. Well, that's not where I wanted that to go, but... And I can obviously... Actually, let's undo that. Let's go over here. Paste them there. Nope. Does this need to be... Technically, I would need one here. No, I can move him up here one. Nope, nope, not that. Just this. Move just that guy. And then, when he comes back to this cycle, he's fine. So if I copy those, select right there, paste that. That didn't work out. Hang on. I can make this work. I can fix it. I can fix it. If I... Okay, that should be... Copy that. I'll go there. Paste that. Okay, the cycle doesn't look quite... It doesn't blend together exactly the way I want it to. Because it kind of looks like with the middle eye, if you follow it from here, it kind of looks like he looks around and then it pops back. Right about there. Here. Which shouldn't be the case. I don't know. Yeah, it's this. For the central eye, this doesn't work. I think I just need to move that one frame there. I guess those 2 frames now. Let's fix that. Let's fix that real quick. Let's be on the right layer, though. What have I done? That jump. I mean, even that doesn't look too bad, I guess. Okay. So now, I'm going to cycle these. It still looks a little janky. I'll play with that some more to make it look right, I think, but overall, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty pleased with this. The only thing to do now would be to fix the cycling animation here, and also have a set at the end where he basically reverses this process, comes back together, and is his normal self again. And if I really wanted to sell the weirdness, I could have this animation where he's just blinking, cycle like 3 or 4 times, and then he goes into the rest of it. So just sort of at random, he pops into this giant eyeball monster. So yeah, it's horrible. I love it. Oh yeah. So, Tudus, once I get this done, I can send it to you over on Twitter. I don't know about messaging people on Twitch. I've never done it. So I don't know if I can send gifs or not. Definitely took a turn I was not expecting. The eyeball tentacles. And by the way, Tudus, in case it, just in case it's not readily apparent, once I send this to you, you are more than welcome to use it for whatever you want to use it for. It's your character, your IP, I guess. This was a fun project for me. I'm definitely realizing that I like the process of making, like, actually animating stuff and having it happen more than I like the process of just drawing stuff. Like, we were working on some shapes and stuff earlier, and this turned out pretty well, but I was following a reference. I did not make this one, but I was following this as a reference to sort of practice and make stuff look better than what I was doing. But I find the process of taking something that exists and animating it to move and do stuff and change a lot more fun than the initial process of creating the thing, usually. So happy you asked to do this. It's really fun. Yeah, man, it is really fun. I agree. And I think it took a turn that none of us were expecting, which I've had D&D characters do that, where, you go into it with the mindset of, oh yeah, this is who this character is going to be, and then you start playing them and they're like, nope, we're doing something else. We're going to be a different way than you thought we were going to be. But that's the most fun. But I'm glad you like it. Would you object to having this little guy used in a YouTube video? Wouldn't object at all. Cool, yeah. If we... if you are cool with it, I might, I don't know, make a little short using this guy. Or something. And again, I'm still planning on doing the campfire scene, in which you may or may not end up turning into the eyeball monster. Welcome Major Sammy from YouTube. Don't know what Fark dot... I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna repeat it, because it feels like spam. But, if you're not spamming, then I'm sorry, and I hope you like our little beholder guy. Which again, today is our first day of trying to stream on both YouTube and Twitch. So again, if you're watching from YouTube, you are appreciated. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Yeah, hope you're all enjoying. Hope you all enjoyed. I think I'm gonna call it there. I think I've done all I can do to this poor guy. And for what it's worth, Tudis, in the small amount of lore of what we've got going on with our characters here, you came to learn evocation, you came to learn fire magic, and we asked you what kind of magic you already know, and you're like, well, I can do this. So that's we'll teach you some magic later, but apparently, you know, you can just polymorph. You're probably a beholder in your natural state, and you polymorph into something more pleasant for human beings to interact with. Yeah, well, welcome to the horror show. But alright, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there for today, guys. I hope y'all had fun with this. I'll show off my little Game Boy guy too. He's got no animations yet. We will further work on this dude as well. And we did some gem coloration practice. And on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And until we cross paths again, safe and happy travels.